Now let's have a quick review of the 12 key success factors. I've compiled them so that traders can move as quickly as possible into becoming a great, mature, consistent trader within less than a year. But the thing is that if you look at the trading market, 95% of traders, they do not follow these key success factors, right? And that might most probably be the reason why there's such a high failure rate of traders out there. So these factors is not about sitting in front of the screen for many hours per day. It's not about having the goal to maximize your weekly R result. The more R's, the better. It's not about trading the markets right away when you learn a system right away and trade whatever moves, right? It's not about getting euphoric and emotional when trading the markets. This is what the typical trader is doing. This is why trading is not easy to learn, right? Because with these four things, well, it's very difficult to get successful. Let's have a look at the 12 factors. I guess the most obvious one is a system, right? Well, you need a system with an edge, but most traders trading the markets, they do not have a system. If you want to win a car race, well, you need a good race car. I guess that is obvious. But having a good car in your garage doesn't mean that you're winning the race. Not at all. The key success factor number 2, and that was a big game changer for me in my trading. You need a clear trading goal. So what works in trading are process goals, but we need as well an outcome goal. Like for an outcome goal, stretch goals do not work, right? What works well is a goal that can be achieved even under difficult market situations. But then actually what we're looking at consistency in achieving a minimum R goal. And once consistency is achieved, well, then you apply position sizing and increase your risk. This is the leverage, right? It's not about making the maximum amount of R's per week. If you make every week 2 R, well, you actually end up more than 200% a year, right? So 2 R is great if you can do it consistently, minimum. It doesn't mean that you stop at 2 R, or it can be much more than that at some weeks, right? Case F3 is to apply useful beliefs. I mean, some beliefs are useful, some are non-useful for trading. A belief is just a filter. Well, you actually want to work on your beliefs and get more and more useful beliefs into your system, right? Into your body. It's a filter. And one of those useful beliefs is one good trade per week is enough, right? If you can hold that belief within yourself, well, that will change a lot with your trading. You will not FOMO. You will not fear of missing out anymore. You will not revenge trade. If you really believe and are convinced, right, that you only need one trade per week to reach your minimum weekly R goal, right? This is when you have accomplished your mission for the week. Well, then your trading will completely change, right? Obviously, I'm not asking here only for one trade. It can be many trades, but if only one trade can achieve that, that is a very useful belief to hold, right? The more useful beliefs and the less non-useful you have, or the better will be your mental state for trading. And a mental state, it really depends on which development stage you are, right? As you're developing as a trader, or a really good mental state is to be playful and clunky, right? And having fun being clunky. Well, the better you get, you will want to have a state that is cool, calm and confident, right, as a professional trader. Well, most traders are quite the opposite, right? They're impatient, they're euphoric, and they're not confident. Well, with such a mental state, very difficult, right, to be consistent. Next is number 5, is the trader development path. Like in each of those, that's a path I set out to my traders, and they exactly know which level they are to achieve next. And each level, like the competence level, then the expert and the master's level, each of those levels are done first in simulation mode, then in a demo mode, and then by applying a real money trading account. So knowing about the path, the way forward, and it's important to know, right, as a trader. Well, we're looking for exponential growth, right, along this path. And that can only be achieved when applying tools. So what is the tool? Well, it's applying the principles of deep practice. With deep practice, well, deep practice is asking for exponential skill growth, right? This is what we go for. And well, we need a trading simulator to actually, that works hand in hand with deep practicing. And well, these two is basically the turbocharger that brings people along the trader development path, getting better and better. Otherwise, it would not be possible to achieve that within a year or less. KSF number 7 is a committed trader group. This is really important as well. If you read about deep or deliberate practice, a group is an important component of deep practice, and as well a coach, well, that helps you along, right, when you make a mistake and guides you through the individual learning stages. Number 8, the more independent you become as a trader, well, the more you want to think about your personal trading game, because it really needs to fit you, right? You make up the rules for your game. If you trade according to the rules of the capital market, well, it would be basically here. Well, the capital market wants your money, right? So you basically want to think about your game. So you play according to your rules, and so you can win the game. The trader strategy was a big game changer for me as well. So whenever you achieve your minimum R goal, let's say 2 hours per week, well, what is then, right? This is where your trader strategy kicks in. So what do you then, right? I mean, do you call it a week? You could, right? Was mission accomplished? Or do you then go for the next level, the 5 hour, what would be the monthly hour goal? Do you then go for 15 hour, 25 hour, or even to the moon, to 100 hour more per week? We have traders who get there, get beyond that. It's not uncommon to make 25 hours per week. Number 10, develop your chart reading and intuitive skill. Well, it's like when you're in a car race, or you're reading the curve, right? And you're reading the road, and you're reading the other race cars. It's a little bit like that, right? Chart reading, it's an intuitive discretionary skill. And that gets built by actually sitting in the car and driving, right? So trading the markets. And that includes a simulator, because that simulator produces moving charts. Number 11, it might sound a little, but it's actually an important key success factor. Regular meditation practice. It might only be 5 minutes a day, right? 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That basically brings down your mind chatter, opens you up to intuition that is needed, right? And well, I can see a clear correlation between those that regular meditate and how quickly they develop along the trader development path. Now, the last factor, follow your passion and become a happy person. I mean, there's this old trader saying, right, that successful traders are happy people. And it's actually true, right? Well, some are already, without being a trader, happy people, right? And we have these examples in our trader group. Well, they go through these key success factors and they adopt those pretty quickly, right? But I mean, most of us are not at that stage. Well, when you work on these key success factors, well, this is what comes out basically at the end, right? Useful beliefs, good mental state, etc., trader growth. You've got a group. Well, you want to follow your passion when being a trader, and when you're successful, you're following these principles. So these are the 12 success factors I've come up over the years, teaching you guys and seeing what works and what does not work. Okay, well, that's part of my personal mission, to develop successful trader talent within less than a year.